So, hello, Oh, yeah, that's my.
Do you want a bit of water?
Oh, thank you. I've got some here. I just sang too much on Friday.
Uh-huh.
The funny thing is, I love music so much, but I never pictured myself as a professional musician
Oh,
or
really?
singer.
So that is not one of the jobs you wanted to do?
No.
Oh, wow. See, I would have thought.
Do you like stuff? Are you picky? Naming your top three can be tricky. Join Pavla and JP as they list their top three.
Today we are discussing jobs we wanted to do when we were kids. So that's obviously, for me specifically, has changed a lot over the years of
Yeah,
what I
for me
wanted to do.
too.
And I'm not actually, but I would, if I could, I would still do at least one of them. I
Really?
would still do, yeah.
Okay.
It's
So,
not something that has died.
what is your first job on the list?
My first job on the list, and this is actually
Not the one you
no,
still
not
want to do.
necessarily, but when I was young, I was completely obsessed with martial arts.
Oh.
Yeah. So I wanted to be a professional martial artist for sure.
Was it because of the movies?
It definitely was to do with movies as well, and it was to do in the sort of household where I probably grew up
Uh-huh.
in. Like my brother, he's 10 years older than me, and he did martial arts all his life. So I was exposed to that sort of thing from a very young age.
Mhm.
So I started martial arts at a very young age.
But you also mentioned that you are a huge fan of Bruce Lee.
Yes,
And
I
you
still
are
am.
easily influenced by him.
Exactly. So, actually as a kid to get my hair brushed or
Uh-huh.
get dressed, because apparently that was an issue when I was a child, was to get clothes on me, was to basically say to me, well, we will brush your hair because the way Bruce Lee brushed his hair. And that's basically
Uh-huh.
how you got me going.
Yeah.
But so as a young person, I did martial arts.
Mhm.
But I guess in my head, as having it as a career path was to be, as you said, in movies, is being a ninja and fighting crime and
Mhm.
throwing ninja stars at people, which I soon realized you can't do. But then I still thought as myself as that I could do it, probably as a profession. Martial arts, I did karate from a young age. I did wrestling. I did kickboxing, all the sort of stuff that you can imagine that a child is obsessed with doing. I just threw myself into it. And I never really grew out of it, but because of circumstances, it's sort of, I had to let some of it go until I was older and it wasn't really there anymore.
Mm.
Yeah. But so
Interesting.
that's my first one. Yeah. It's probably martial arts.
That-
And now it's definitely something that I'm still passionate about.
Uh-huh. Do you
Like-
still do something?
Yeah, but I do stuff at home. I would
Uh-huh.
say that I've got stuff that I do at home, and yeah, I mean, mixed martial arts is a big sport now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely something that I still follow and enjoy a lot. So yeah,
That's interesting.
yeah,
I had no idea.
yeah. I guess not.
Full of surprises.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna have probably a few different
Yeah.
things here. So please tell me, what is first on your list?
My first one. That's actually the first job idea I remember having as a kid.
Okay.
Okay, that's it's a mountaineer or a mountain climber.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I know. It's but the funny part is why I wanted to be a mountaineer, because they were wearing really cool boots.
Uh-huh.
I really love the boots, and I wanted to wear them in the city, and it was not like, ugh, you don't wear those boots normally. And I
In
was
the
like,
city.
I would love to be able to wear those boots all the time. So that was that's really actually the
I
first.
did not expect that at
I
all.
know, right?
Pavla, the mountaineering whatever.
But yeah, unfortunately, I found out that it's quite physically challenging. Plus,
Dangerous.
then I discovered my fear of heights. So that was off the table
Okay,
immediately.
yeah, so you couldn't. Did you buy a pair of boots though?
Yes, of course.
You did buy a pair of
Because
mountaineering boots.
I was in a touristic club for kids.
Okay.
So we went to long walks in the mountains where I was growing up, and the boots were handy, even for those trips. So yeah, I was wearing those boots for those trips. Yeah, that might be the
Okay.
reason I stayed in the club for such a long time.
Oh
Actually,
wow, well that's cool. At least you did half of it. You got
yeah,
the
I got the
you
boots.
got the boots. That's interesting.
It's a very shallow reason to pick a job, but you know, when you're like
Yeah,
8,
especially like I mean you are a good dresser, but you're not necessarily somebody that is into fashion.
no,
You hate
no,
fashion, and you
yes,
basically wanted a job because of the attire. That's very interesting to me.
uh-huh. But the funny thing is it was not a girly thing anyway.
No, it's not.
So the boots were not girly at all. And I think that's the reason why I don't like fashion that much, because it's very girly for me
I
in most of the
understand.
cases.
Okay, well, I definitely didn't expect that one. That's a good
Yeah,
one.
I bet you didn't. What's your second one?
My second one, I wanted to be an artist,
Oh, what kind of artist?
like doing like portraits, either painting or drawing.
Nice.
Yeah. Um, and as a kid, I can call it a kid. Yeah, I was definitely still a kid then. I was actually quite good at drawing.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I was doing it constantly,
Wow.
constantly drawing. Not necessarily like stuff that was out of my head, but I was definitely, looking for ideas and then redrawing it. And
Nice.
yeah, so I loved it. And I thought as a kid, it would be awesome to be able to do that as a
Mm-hmm.
job. So definitely now, even here in Prague or when I'm in any big city and I see somebody on the
Mm-hmm.
bridge,
Uh-huh.
either painting or drawing somebody, I'm completely fascinated about it.
Oh my God. I have a friend who is really excellent fast drawer. And I have to show you his drawings. It's amazing. And I love watching him at work, watching him doing it in
Yeah.
real time. Do you still draw?
No,
Really?
do you know what? Actually, sometimes I draw with
With
what's that?
Scarlett?
With Scarlett.
Mm-hmm.
She loves drawing, so so I draw with her sometimes.
Nice.
But I'm definitely not nearly as good as I used to be.
Maybe
Definitely not.
taking a class as a hobby?
Maybe taking a class, or maybe just drawing more with her and slowly getting into it, and then maybe I can take a class.
Nice.
Yeah.
I would love to see one of your drawings in
Oh
time.
my goodness.
Really, I would.
Well, that would mean that I would have to draw one because I don't have anything. But maybe one day. Maybe one day, yeah.
Okay, I'll be looking forward to
Yeah,
that.
so that was it. And actually, like, it's not necessarily a profession where you can make a lot of money. However, we were at
Unless you are a huge star.
yeah, but we were on a holiday. When was it? Last year. And actually, in the resort where we were staying, this guy was one of these live drawers that you would find on the bridge, but he did it in the holiday resort.
Mm-hmm.
And you had to book way in advance to get a spot.
Mm.
That was all he was doing.
Wow.
And he was charging quite a bit of money for it.
Mm-hmm.
He was really good. We got one done, and I think like he just got it right, Instead of being on a bridge and it's cold and people are busy,
Yeah.
this is in a holiday resort where people think, I've got a nice stand, this will be nice for the family,
Uh-huh.
so he took it to a different level.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
That's
so,
clever.
Yeah, he was clever.
Uh-huh.
I thought so. And yourself, number 2?
My second one is actually one of the most common ones, I would say. I wanted to be a teacher because, it's one of your first role models as a kid.
Yeah.
And if you are lucky enough to have a really good teacher,
Yeah.
at elementary school, they really do become sort of like idol or role model, as I
Yeah,
said,
it is true.
to
I
you. And
agree.
so I wanted to be a teacher. I pursued that dream for a while. I went to the university to become a teacher of literature and social science.
Mm-hmm.
And I dropped the school after half a year
Oh no.
because uh, I I just couldn't stand the level of detail they wanted from us regarding the 19th century literature. Like it was 80% of the curriculum.
Yeah. So you expected it to be different.
Yeah, because there was no time to study the modern literature. I would have to learn it by myself anyhow. And it was like, yeah, it demotivated me a lot during the
Mm.
first couple of months. And yeah, I just gave up.
Are you happy you gave up? Or do you sometimes feel,
Well,
do you know what, maybe I should have just stayed a little
you
bit
know what?
longer?
I love kids and I love teaching. I love working with young minds.
Mm.
And in the end, I found a way to
Yes.
pursue that in a different way. I became a drama teacher. And that was, in the end, I think it was even better than becoming an elementary or high school teacher
Mm.
of literature.
Yeah.
Because you can work with their social skills,
Mm.
their communication skills, their ability to cooperate, and you can see them grow so fast and beautiful. So yeah, I think I made the right choice in the end, um, and I found a way to make it work anyway.
Yeah, you still did it. You just did it in a
Yeah.
different type of way than what you probably
And
imagined when you were a kid.
it's not my career.
Yeah.
It's more of a hobby
Yeah.
or like a second job or just,
I understand.
Yeah, but I like it.
This one doesn't surprise me much that
Yeah.
it is on your list, to be honest. I would have guessed something like that from previous conversations.
Yeah.
I know that you like to work with young people. I know that you sort of, well, we've done
Well,
some
to be fair,
classes at work as well.
Yeah, that's
so I know
true.
you like doing it. So I'm not shocked.
And
at all.
I'm not necessarily working with young people, like physically young people, but
Yeah.
young minds.
Okay, yeah, that's a big difference.
Yeah.
That's a big difference. Okay. Well, yeah, as I said, that one is not a surprise to me.
Okay, so what is your third one?
Yeah, and I think my third one, maybe people won't be too. It's a common theme, maybe along my jobs that I chose as a
Okay.
kid. It was something that I enjoyed doing and was good at. And like probably all South African boys,
Is it a football player?
I wanted to be a professional rugby player.
Rugby player. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah,
So,
that's true.
and I think this is like part of the reason why South Africa is so good in rugby is because
Everybody
most
wants.
young boys want to be a professional rugby player. So, and I was pretty good at it. I went to a small like primary school. I did really well. And so when I went to high school, I went to a sports school.
Oh,
No,
no.
not necessarily a sports school, but I went to a school which is good at, which is really good at rugby. So one of the best rugby schools in the country. And sports schools in South Africa is big, right? I would say it's more along maybe the American type model about. So I mean, my school would have 20,000 people a weekend watching them play rugby.
Wow.
You know, and a few times a year it's televised. So sports school, it's really big, right? So I went to a good sports school, and it was challenging, you know, because I was one of the better players in my primary school, and then you get to a big school where everybody goes there for the same thing. So the competition was really, really hard.
Harsh.
Yeah, really hard. And I kept at it. I didn't ever achieve there what I thought I would. There's just people that are way more talented than what I was. That is the truth. So, but yeah, so I tried it for a while. Even after school, I had 1 or 2 matches just for fun. But yeah, that is something that I wanted to be, and I really tried as a kid. But
I think it's almost everyone's dream to become a successful sportsman,
yeah,
in certain sport.
yeah,
Whatever.
it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. And in my case, it was probably a lot. But yeah, I think especially I guess young boys in Czech Republic, there's loads that want to be professional hockey players, for example.
Hockey
right?
and football.
And tennis in general. Czech Republic is very good in tennis, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Definitely
it is
definitely
good,
ladies' tennis.
but do you think it's a kid's dream here, like an often?
Oh, I don't know, because I'm
dream?
not
I don't know.
I'm not a like a I didn't really spend any of my childhood in Czech Republic, but I thought somebody would, but I obviously don't know. But from your response, I would say probably not.
No, I don't know. Maybe I'm just in a different bubble,
Yeah.
surrounded by, bohemians, like with
Yeah, I understand.
theater and music bands.
Okay. Cool. So you're
My third one is not sport related.
okay.
It's an archaeologist.
That was very close to come on my list.
Really?
I was like that. That was really close to come on my list. That is something I really want. Yeah.
I
Okay.
wanted to be an archaeologist at a certain age because, digging out cool stuff,
Yes.
treasures. Like, of course, I wanted to be an archaeologist in Egypt. That's
Yeah, of
where
course,
you
that
want to
is the-
go.
that is the best place.
That's
to
where
go.
you want to go.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, Czech Republic has a long history of very successful Egyptologists and
Oh, really?
archaeologists in Egypt. So
Okay.
it wouldn't be totally unachievable
Yeah.
if I really wanted to go that way, follow that path.
Yeah.
But then I found out that to study history, you have to memorize many,
Oh, yes.
many dates.
You definitely do. Yeah.
And I didn't like that at all. I mean, I love learning about history.
I understand, but
But
not memorizing it
Not
to the finest
memorizing.
detail.
Yeah, like going for the correlations and relationship between nations and the influence we can still see on our culture and so on, but not the exact dates.
I understand.
And you really can't study archaeology without remembering those.
It is pretty important.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was very. Can understand why you want. That was so close to be on my list.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
funny.
As a kid, I was obsessed with it and digging. I was constantly even digging in my garden and check what I can find. But yeah, that's a cool job. And even still, I'm quite fascinated with it. So not obviously. Maybe I'm not at a stage now where I can persuade, but I definitely listen to podcasts and.
Anyway, there is a lake here in Prague where you can try to find, and I don't know how to say it in English, trilobit. It's like
Is it like a fossil? or
yeah,
something?
it's a fossil
Ooh.
of an old sea creature.
You have to tell me where, because I'll
Yes,
take,
I will.
I'll
I
take,
will. I will take you there with Scarlett. You can try
that
to
would be awesome.
dig one.
She would love it.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
Okay, so we've got plans
we've got plans.
for this weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
Brilliant.
Well, that was interesting for me to find out. A few
Yeah.
surprising ones, some less surprising, but yeah, it was awesome.
Well, thank you for this chat. And thank you all for listening to us. If you have a suggestion for a topic you want to hear from us, just let us know in the comments.
Yes.
And meet you next time.
Till next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.